Is MamaMax planning a comeback? Well, sort of. Let me explain to you a quite interesting update that happened. Recently some new information emerged and we did get some info about his whereabouts and what is he up to. Who is MamaMax and why he was purged from the internet is quite an interesting topic I already covered on my channel a few times.
I'm Max.
And I highly recommend you to watch these videos for an in-depth analysis of his unhinged story, as this is only an update video. But in a nutshell, MamaMax was or is a YouTuber who gained traction for his well-made videos covering dark topics. Now, some would say his videos are artistic, but others will highly disagree with this. He first started with anime reviews, creepypastas, but then he did something that launched his channel to the moon. And that's catching and exploiting predators online with a Batman-style voice combined with Hotline Miami aesthetics. As you can guess, portraying child predators as bad guys is quite easy, as there is a special layer in hell for them. And MamaMax managed to capitalize on this aspect. The only problem was that MamaMax investigations were quite misleading and often fabricated, as it was later discovered that he loves to make real and made up stories so his videos would be more engaging. Many people were misled, thinking that they were supporting and donating money to a good cause, which wasn't the case at all, sadly. And the biggest problem was that he even misled court cases and put a whole investigation in jeopardy, at least the last one. Also, he loves to accuse people without proof, doxing them, calling them PDFs, and the list goes on. He also claimed he could simply cancel Charlie and that he wanted to sue Mudahar for $1 million. Again, this is all already covered on my channel, with multiple videos covering a complete story of his rise and downfall, plus the videos about his controversies and diving into his cult. But now let's talk about the update. An anonymous Reddit user on the subreddit r/MamaMax discussion posted a quite interesting thing, so let's take a look at it together. Well, it's been a while since we have heard anything new or substantial about Max, but today the Mo team received a message from a source close to Max, who wishes to remain anonymous for now, with a few updates about Max. The first thing I want to address is the second part of this post. Now, for the really horrible update, according to this source, who provided many pieces of proof, MamaMax is now working/volunteering in two non-profits where he is directly interacting with at-risk children on daily basis. One of these roles is a court-appointed case manager for abused children in foster care system, and the second is some kind of an instructor of underprivileged children who want to become filmmakers. The source obviously wants to remain anonymous due to their current close proximity with Max, so not all of the proof can be released without compromising his identity, but they did say that we could post these screenshots. So as you can see, MamaMax is working with Caso of El Paso and helping children. This is extremely concerning, as Max has a proven history of lying, falsifying evidence and mishandling cases. Plus, let's not forget about his potentially illegal content that he shared around, and he is now in a position of authority over real children. This seems like a very serious situation. I don't know if this is a guy who can be trusted with children due to his unhinged and self-entitled behavior. We could also see in the screenshots that MamaMax shows some filming techniques to a young girl, which is perhaps the only thing MamaMax should be involved with, but again, nothing more. Again, this is a guy whose Megathread account was stricken down by the FBI for containing some illegal material, as you can see on this screenshot. This folder or file was reported to contain objectionable content such as child exploitation material, violent extremism, or bestiality. The link's creator's account has been closed and therefore details including IP address have been provided to the authorities. Now let's take a step back and look at the first part of this post. And I'm quoting, "The first update is related to his mega account that was banned, and people speculate that it was banned for posting CP, but the notice on his account was actually updated recently, and it may potentially confirm that the reasons for the ban was in fact CP. When you visit his account, this message would pop up. This content has been removed. The link you're trying to access is unavailable because the folder or file was reported to contain illegal/objectionable content. The account of the user who created this link has been terminated. Mega has a zero tolerance for unlawful activity. And in the second part we can also see if we have concerns about thoughts or behavior regarding sexual images of children, there is a confidential anonymous help available. So this confirms that MamaMax had some highly illegal stuff on his account. But why? That's a good question, but what do you think? But let's give him the benefit of the doubt, as he was holding on this material for research purposes. But why would you watch this stuff in the first place and even leave it in your possession and then upload it and store it online? Doesn't this sound a bit suspicious? And then again, is this someone who can be trusted to work around children? Hard to tell, but MamaMax subreddit had a clear view on this, as they made a petition so they can get rid of MamaMax. And it was a full success, as he was later kicked out of the group. But the question is, how nobody noticed his online personality? Well, apparently he gave them another nickname called Max Striker, which is based upon a Hotline Miami song called Meet Matt Striker, and they looked up that name instead of MamaMax and didn't find anything about him. And here is just another screenshot providing the evidence that he was kicked out. Hello, I would like to warn you about one of your employees. This employee has extensive history in commercializing and profiting off the horrors of sex trafficking and pedophilia. He is a controversial figure among the public, and I highly advise you to look into this case. I have placed YouTube links for you and your organization to review, and they would answer with that he is no longer a volunteer in their organization. Again, a quite unhinged story from MamaMax. He is like a Chris Hansen guy who turned into a Joker. I think the reason he joined this organization was to paint a new image, but somehow deep down I think this was just all a charade, just to convince the public eye he wasn't so unhinged as he was portrayed. Again, hard to judge. But the most important part is that he was kicked out from the organization. There is also some update on Spencer and her whereabouts, but there is still info coming out by the hour, so I didn't include it here. But if you're interested about Spencer, just leave a comment and let me know, so I can make another follow-up video if you're interested. Again, I would recommend you to watch the previous videos I made on MamaMax if you want to know more about his story. This is all from me now, and thanks for watching.